First of all, I want to thank CTI Resources and Aviva for organizing this webinar. And thank you for inviting me to share my thoughts, praising the challenges in the new normal amid in this pandemic. Well, I think this morning I will speak from two perspectives. Okay, one at the capacity of a business owner, how myself, goes through these challenges. I would say that I've never experienced in my lifetime. In the past, I went through a few recessions in my career path. Recessions is different from this pandemic. Recession, there was no lockdown. And this round, there was a so-called total lockdown for close to about 1.5 months in Malaysia. I think for Malaysia, we are quite fortunate. I think we acted quite promptly. Our government has done a great job to contain the spread of the pandemic. And then we open back partially, gradually, so that business is not greatly affected. Okay. The other perspective that I would share would be from the perspective of FMM, Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers. We are one of the NGOs or trade organizations that the government always engage with us to come up with policies and ways to combat these challenges. Now, as I say, this impact brought by this COVID-19 has been one of the greatest one in my life, and we have never faced challenges never before. Okay, and we find that consumers are changing their habits, supply chains are being disrupted. So as a business owner, I have my factories in Taiwan and in China. Okay, well, China is also a country where they have been able to overcome the COVID-19 quite okay. However, our factory can operate in Shanghai. However, our customers are unable to take the goods that we send. So a lot of orders have been halted in the factory. So if the world is not open, even though we are open, our products are also unable to sell. I've even friends who are fishermen or even who are plantation owners. Okay, the small scale one. Okay, but they were not ready for this pandemic. So when the harvest is ready and when the market is closed, so their fruits are stuck in the mountain in Cameron Highland, whereby they cannot deliver their goods to the customer. So this morning the topic is on building resilience over this pandemic, over this very challenging situation. Now I do a search on the meaning resilience. The dictionary tell me that resilience is reducing adverse business impacts by responding and recovering with the best use of resources, scenario planning, people, and overall effort. Well, in simple terms, this one is very academic, the explanation. In simple terms, I would say resilient means is even though you are hit, but you will survive. Okay, building resilience means is that you will at least survive through this impact, and or a simpler term is you won't die lah. So your business will continue to survive, and when once again, at least you are ready for the opportunities. So I think this is very important. And for me, as a manufacturer or as an own business owner, the immediate thing I wish to tackle is there are four aspects I need to do. when for example, in March, when my business is down by 50%. In April, when there was a total shutdown, my business reduced to only 10%. That means I have a business drop of 90%. So immediately I am faced with, the first of all, because of this very big impact, okay, where you actually cannot move during the lockdown. So I think we are facing with a very serious threat that the business could go bust. Okay, we may even go bankrupt, because of the liquidity issue. So immediately, I need to do a business recalibration. Okay, you see, in March, my business dropped 70%. In April, my business dropped 90%. Okay, in May, we were allowed to operate in a small scale. My business dropped 80%. And with our factories in Malaysia, in Taiwan, and in Shanghai, so immediately I need to do a business recalibration. And how do I counter this situation when I need to continue to pay for my workers? Well, laying off the workers may not necessarily be the best solution, because when you do a quick layoff, when the business come back, when the business reopens, you may not be able to meet up to your business obligations, or you may even miss the opportunities that they are on the way. So I need to do a business to look into the 4 factors. Number 1 is the liquidity. How much cash reserve, and how long can I persevere in this situation. Number 2 is the supply and demand. I need to get all the information from my sales department. What are the orders that I have on hand? But many of the orders are put into halt also. The other one is the external factors and also the people. We have to get people to work remotely. Working from home become a new norm. But to do a quick responses to situation, to crisis like this, I think the dashboard management, the effective dashboard management is very important. I must be able to have all the information addressed. Not historical. Historical data are important for us to do trending. I must have also on time current information available, so that I can do this business recalibration. And I need to do a lot of scenario planning. What if this? What if that? What if we go further lockdown, and what's the next step of actions? So productivity, efficiency, cost effectiveness continue to be a big concern. How do we even run effectively when there is so much of new requirements are needed? For example, social distancing, okay, and low wastages. Because when you run 24 hours or you run 2 shifts, compared to you can only run, there are a lot of wastages. There are a lot of inefficiency in that manner. Okay, and optimum use of labor, so that we will produce the right products, and using the right materials, getting the right materials in, because we have to manage the cash flow. Cash flow is the most headache. It gives the most difficult challenges that we have. Inventory management is also another thing. Okay, the raw material supply chain management. Some of the essential products are able to produce. However, our suppliers are not permitted to operate. So I need to start with production line, but I have problems with raw materials. Okay, I mentioned about the cash flow. So all these things, you need a smart or very close connectivity, for the whole factory, and this is very difficult. And I must say, as a medium enterprise owner, our factory are not totally connected. Okay, fortunately enough, we are doing now our second phase of the ERP. Okay, but we have started implementing ERP about 20 years ago. Okay, so we are now actually embarked into our new ERP. In fact, it's the third round. We're able to at least get very many information quite well organized. However, it is still not totally smart. There are still a lot of information to do. So I think to move forward, digital transformation is very important. You must be able to get all this data available on time, present data, historical data, so that to enable you to make smart decisions and to know and to predict or to forecast what lies ahead. I think building resilience, I think the first thing we need to do before we talk even about upgrading our machine capabilities into a smart machine, I think first thing we need to do, for me, okay, the important is the digital transformation. You must be able to have smart data for you to make good decision. Okay, so this part is on the my own personal journey during this time. I'm very thankful to our government. They make a good control of the situation so that the business is very normal in Malaysia. The next thing I want to talk about is the FMM, Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers. We are working very closely with the government, with MITI, especially during the lockdown. We have sent 6 secretariat to work in MITI office, day and night, to help the government to ensure the essential products are still in supply. There's no interruption in the essential products needed. For example, the food items, so that keep people life going. Okay. FMM Institute, our training arm, we are doing a lot of skill training, okay, to upskill and to reskill. And ladies and gentlemen, as a business owner, let me tell you this: transformation into Industry 4.0, adoptions of digital transformation. Sometimes it is not the management problem. Okay, people on the ground are resisting. So we actually need to do a lot of mindset changes, educations, awareness, So FMM is doing a lot of training, upskilling and reskilling our workforce. Okay. In fact, MITI has conducted this Industry 4.0 readiness assessment program. I think that's a very good program. Many of the SMEs are given intervention, technology intervention grant, 70-30, 60-40, the kind of ratios, up to for SME up to maximum of 500,000. And I think that is a very good amount to kickstart the Industry 4.0 transformation, implementing like IoT, upgrading a machine, digital transformation. Okay, FMM Selangor and Kuala Lumpur branch, we are also working. We're setting up a e-commerce platform. Okay, to help our members to market their products online. Okay, I must say in Malaysia, I think there are many international attendees here. You may not know, Malaysia, 95% of our corporations are SME. Many of them are still do not have a website or even an online shop. So getting their products, showcase them on an e-commerce platform, I think is very essential. Okay, so so these are some of the works that FMM is doing to help our members to accelerate the adoptions of Industry 4.0 and also the digital transformation. Thank you.